The US-led Board of Peace says Israel will not withdraw further from Gaza until Hamas has completely surrendered its weapons and dismantled its tunnels. The clarification came after the board of director Nikolai Mandelov met Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in West Jerusalem on Monday. It marks a significant shift in how the agreement announced by US President Donald Trump last week is being presented. Earlier accounts suggested Hamas would disarm in stages while Israeli forces withdrew at the same time. The Board of Peace now says Israel will now move beyond the so-called yellow line once the disarmament process is complete. The yellow line marks the boundary behind which Israeli troops remain stationed inside Gaza. According to the board, the requirement covers light and heavy weapons as well as Hamas's tunnel network. It said the ultimate goal was to replace armed rule with civilian Palestinian governments. Hamas, however, says it will not begin implementing the deal unless Israel also fulfills its commitments. The group has demanded an end to Israeli attacks and a clear timetable for the withdrawal of troops. That leaves the two sides with fundamentally different interpretations. Israel wants Hamas to disarm before any further withdrawal. Hamas insists the process must be reciprocal. During Monday's meeting, Mandelov urged Netanyahu to stop attacks on Gaza, according to two people briefed on talks who spoke to the Associated Press. But Israeli strikes have continued. More than 36 Palestinians have been killed since the disarmament agreement was announced, according to health officials in Gaza. Those form part of a wider pattern of violence since October 2025's ceasefire. Gaza's authority says Israeli attacks have killed more than 1,200 Palestinians during that period. Netanyahu's office said before the meeting that the published version of the agreement did not reflect Israel's position and that its concerns had been shared with Washington. Members of Netanyahu's far-right coalition are also demanding changes. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich said the agreement was completely different from the version approved by the Israeli government and called for another vote. The dispute comes ahead of an Israeli election, which Netanyahu, under pressure from his political base, to demonstrate what it describes a total victory in Gaza. Mandelov has criticized the continuing attacks, warning that lasting peace will only be possible if all sides make a serious effort. Egypt, Qatar and Turkey, which mediated the agreement, have also condemned Israeli attacks on civilian and healthcare facilities. They describe them as a serious violation of international law. Hamas says it and other Palestinian factions remain committed to completing the second phase of the ceasefire. But the group is now seeking an official explanation from Mandelov and the mediators about what the agreement actually requires. The deal was presented as a possible route towards ending the war. Instead, its central sequence has become the latest point of dispute: whether Hamas must disarm first, or whether disarmament and Israel's withdrawal must happen together.